Greetings, everyone, and I finally welcome you all back to even more of my blind, hardcore, and with permanent death survival adventures of the girl Miyako in the Mojave Desert. I know, guys, it's been quite a long while since I had played this game, and I assume that by this time my kills in this game became quite blunt. So I think it is actually time for me to polish them up so I can be in a top-notch shape once again. And I'm just trying to recall exactly what I was doing last time. And if my memory is correct, I set an initial goal of finding a city which can provide me with adequate services, and I thought I would find one of those cities at the end of these wiggly roads. However, I was kindly warned by one of those guys who appeared to be a friendly super mutant that this is actually a super mutant territory and I should not fuck around with that. And I do know my limits, and I do realize that I can do nothing in there. Like, I simply cannot eradicate the entire population on my own. That's not in my interest, once again. So, unfortunately, I had to fall back from there. However, there was another problem which kinda put me, let's say, in an uncomfortable situation, and that is that I still haven't found what I was looking for. Like, my goal still is trying to find a city which would be adequate enough for me to provide with services. And I remember, guys, I told last time that I would use this road to eventually find the city. However, you guys told me that I would die if I go that way. And if I was just a normal Let's Player with, like, save and load buttons and infinite lives, I would just think, hey, I actually wonder what's in there. However, I am taking your comments and your advice from the perspective of the survivor who has a single life and she does not want it to be wasted. So instead, I think I will continue going along this road and see exactly if I can find anything in this intersection right there. And you know in terms of exploring, like exploring techniques, I would be more precise. The only technique that I know existent is a spiral technique of exploring, which means, like, say, I'm right here at the initial point, so I'm going searching all around my initial place, and slowly but steadily my area of search increases like a spiral. However, this exploration technique does not necessarily work here simply because of the terrain type. You know what I mean? The technique of exploring that I am using here, like, I do not know if it actually exists like the real one. but I call it a sun technique, like sun which is in the sky. Well, in my case it's kind of like a moon and stuff, but the point of my exploration technique is, say, this is my initial point, like basically the core of the sun, and I'm just picking directions, say northeast or just east, and this direction is basically one of the light rays of the sun, and I am trying to explore as much of the area as possible, which is in the vicinity of this direction. You know what I mean? Like last time when I went along this road, I managed to find this campus, this settlement, and stuff like that. So basically, I am ending up with the rectangular area, which is basically like the length of the direction I went through times the width, which is the vicinity of the direction I managed to explore thus far. So, yeah, like from the perspective of the survivor, I am considering your advice very seriously, since I do not want it to go to waste. However, at the same time, guys, at the same time, I would love to ask you a little favor. I'd love to ask you not to abuse this advising. What I mean is, I do really appreciate your advice to trying to preserve me. Like, basically, you are, say, the survivor, and since this is I'm near this quarry, I should be really careful not to get in the quarry with the death claws, since they are way out of my league. And please do not abuse this advising. Like, it is still quite important for me to actually explore, even if the mistake that I am making might be a fatal one. And it's like you saying, don't go in there, it is quite dangerous. It is kind of quite similar to dealing with the unknown food. Like, if you how do you know that the food if the food is edible or not unless you try it, right? Like, you should have to try it, and I see, like, right there is some kind of the megapolis, so I will be heading this way. So, like, unless I know I go 180 right now. I am going completely 180. Oh, please don't. No, no. Okay then. We're not going in there. Like, for a second, my mouth went just completely dry. No! Fuck no! I'm not going in there! No! I'm not that suicidal. And this is, guys, exactly what I mean. Perception, the skill Miyako is born with and the skill she is relying on in this world. And as you can see, this can be a life-saving skill. You know what I mean? She is very perceptive about it, and I'm not going anywhere near there. Death claws are way out of my league. Oh, it was just a crane growling, and I nearly shitted my pants since I thought it was the death claw growling. So yeah, as you can see, no, no, no. Yeah, once again, I am more than positive that this red dot over there was one of the death claws, and honestly, I don't have any intention to actually go there and check this out. Sheesh. It actually puts me in quite a limited situation then. Are you sure, guys, you actually mentioned that road? That I should not take that road? Because I mentioned like drew the outline of this road, and if that's the road that you meant exactly, I am in a quite disadvantage if you ask me. So now I know that the north basically is off limits for me right now. What exactly should I do then? Northern Territory? I'm actually curious. Like, say, what is worse, the Angered NCR or the Death Claws? You know, out of these two, I would choose an NCR. At least they are humans and, like, they are smart, but they can be fooled. However, the Death Claws are brainless, and that's the main factor I should take into the consideration, simply because they would attack anyone that moves, and I honestly do not want to be anywhere even close to it. So how about I actually quick save, and from that moment onwards let's try to be more perceptive, since I honestly did not expect to have Death Claws that early in the game. Like, I know it sounds stupid from the survivor point of view, since I know that I am dealing with the dangerous flora, but still, I'm a fucking survivor, and I don't wanna get my life wasted like that, you know what I mean? In that case, I need to go back to my camp and think over the situation that I am in right now. And since my plan got completely crumbled, I should think about the alternative. And unfortunately for me right now, the best option would be going south and risking my ass to be shot down by the NCR. But I honestly think that I can actually deal with NCR with much better success than dealing with the death class. And we're back to square one. Sorry guys for that, but I'm not risking that. Okay, how is my... Okay, probably I should take a sip. I think...